Close your eyes and settle back into your seat. Ride your breath across planes and across worlds. Allow the sense of this moment to wash over you, to bathe you. And draw that sense inwards. As if you're containing the entire outer universe beneath your skin. The journey is inwards. In these moments, this ritual and ceremony is a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage inwards to the depth of the mystery. Take a slow inhale. Draw it up to the cave of your skull and hold there. And sip a little more, a little more, a little more, and hold. One more powerful sip, and let it go. Bring your right hand up to your left collarbone. And from a soft surface, begin to journey in. A little deeper. And 5 heavy hits. And a breath in between. Notice the change just from that first touch. And let your left hand travel to your right collarbone. And journey in deeper. And 5 slaps. Notice the shifting sense of yourself. The rivers on the side of the neck, behind the ear. And 5 slaps. The left shoulder, left chest. And 5 slaps. And the right side. And 5 slaps. Tapping or sinking in to the space in front of your heart. The place between the ribs. Down towards your belly. Moving from the surface towards the depths. And 5 slaps. Crease of the hips. And 5 slaps. Behind the knees. And 5 slaps. The end of the inner fountain, the bottom of the inner fountain, the inner ankles. And 5 slaps. And again, pause, soften the eyes. Breathe deeply. What do you notice? What's beneath the first layer? What's beneath the second? Bring your fingers underneath your jaw. Along the living bones of your jaw. From your chin back towards your ear. And soft slaps there. With the knuckles, peel back and down the sides of your neck. The corners of your mouth, about an inch off the corners of your mouth. And then again with your knuckles, peel down and back, down and back the sides of your neck. To your jaw underneath your temples, between your jaw and your ear. And tap. And again, peel back and down the sides of your neck. Back and down the sides of your neck. The smile lens. From softer and more subtle to deeper. Maybe a little quicker. And now hold your upper lip with your left and peel the line open with your right. Peel back and take that peeling all the way to the side of your face and down the side of your neck. And then the other side. The sides of the bridge of your nose. Again, from the surface to the depths. But allow yourself to identify more with the depths than with the surface. And now the cheeks. Let yourself be surprised by what you feel, by what you sense. And you can hold the bridge of your nose again. Sink in with the flat of your index finger. Sink in towards the bone and take that wave and peel it all the way back towards your ear and down the side of your neck. Sink, peel, and down. Sink, peel, and down. And the other side. Between the eyebrows with both index fingers. Now with your thumb and index, begin to squeeze along your eyebrow. And notice the senses beneath the squeezing. Notice the experience beneath the squeezing. Now let your fingers sink into your forehead, sliding the tissues along the bones. Moving back towards your temples, again sinking and moving the tissues. You can even with your fingers spread the tissues of your temples. Then either with fingertips or with the flats of your fingers, sink into your forehead. Peel back towards your temples, to your hairline and down the sides of your face and neck. Peel back and down. Peel back and down. Rest your arms for a moment. Bring your fingertips to the sides of your chin. So right at the corners of your mouth, but down towards your chin. Let your fingertips sink in towards the bone and then scoop underneath the living tissues. And then aim towards your ears. And you can open and close your mouth. So you're sliding the tissues out from underneath your fingers. come up a little higher to the smile lines. And again, sink in and try to scoop underneath the tissues towards the bone. And then again, aim to the outsides of the corners of your eyes. You can stretch and move your face as you lift the living spider web up. And do it a few times. Coming up a little higher underneath the cheek. And again, aiming to the outsides of the eyes, to the temples, and to the hairline. And do the same thing with the bridge of the nose, but this time aim towards the space between the eyebrows. So sink in and lift up towards the space between the eyebrows. Sink in and lift up. Now with the fingers of both hands, about 3 fingers, go right underneath the lower border of the eyebrow. And right before the bone, scoop in and lift the eyebrow up as if you're taking the ledge of the eyebrow and lifting it up. And let the weight of your head rest on your hands. And then be patient. You're not going to move very far, but scoop up towards your hairline. And spread the fingers as you go up. Move off a little bit towards the corners of your eyebrows, the outer corners, and then scoop in. And then lift, and then keep the lift and just breathe. And now above the eyebrows, sink into the forehead. And then scoop the tissues up towards the hairline. Widen to the outer eyebrows, and again scoop in. And lift. Scoop in. And lift. Now rest your arms again. Soften back. Take a deep inhale. And a soft exhale. One more deep inhale. And soft exhale. Double breath for 1 minute. Double breath for 1 minute. Set yourself up in a comfortable place. Take a slow drink of air. And a soft exhale. Now begin. Halfway there. At the end of your next exhale, hold at the bottom. .15 more seconds. Take a slow drink of air up the front of your spine. Hold at the cave of your skull. Sip a little more, a little more, a little more, and hold. Take one more strong sip and let it go. Let your natural breath return. With your hands, feel the ground in front of you. Walk your sitting bones back. Lift your low belly as if an inner fountain from the inner feet is drawing all the way up through the inseam of your body into the ocean of your pelvis and belly. And as that continues to lift into the cave of your heart and lifts your armpits up and back, lean back a bit and notice the place where your belly holds you, right at the place where it begins to hold you. And pause there, lift the knees a little bit. And let the armpits float up. You can rest your arms, your hands on your knees, or let them float. Take your breath down into the sides of your pelvis. Stay long along the front of your body. Soften the sternum down so your heart is held. Deep breaths. Play with the leaning back a little bit more as you inhale. Let your inhale catch you and send you forward. Inhale. Let it catch you and keep you from falling back and send you forward. So you're inflating the balloon as you go back, and at the max of its inflation, the breath of your body like a slingshot sends you forward. Keep your chin in a little bit. Lean forward, hands to heart. Inhale, let the bones be inflated. Ride the breath. So you're less moving and more being breathed. Come back. Let the bones be breathed. Let them flow and float on the living rivers of your tissues as you open. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale, inflate. And exhale back. Lift the knees a bit. Lift the inner fountain. Soften the sternum down so your heart is held. Lean back just enough till you feel your belly turn on to hold you. Bring your right arm up. Squeeze your right arm, squeeze your right fist. Squeeze the muscles of your right arm so strongly that it's difficult for you to move it. Bend the elbow even as you hold the muscles strong. And now resist that tension and try to move through your wrist. Tense the arm and move it at the same time. So you're moving within your resistance. Make it as difficult as you can. Now, who are you? The resistor or the mover? Start to soften the resistance. Let your fingers open, but keep the tension in your fingers. Let the resistance sift downwards from the skin closer to the bone. So the edges are soft, but there's still something resisting on the inside. And let your arms sway in that resistance as if you're moving through honey or through thick mud. Let the movement of your arm move your ribs, sway your upper body. And you sense the ripples now coming from your spine and then moving outwards through your arm. Lean back a little bit more. Deep breath. Come forward on your next exhale, hands to heart. Let your bones float and inflate. Inhale, pull apart. Exhale back 2 more times. Inhale, inflate. Exhale back. 1 more. Inhale, inflate. Exhale back, lean back. Let your edges be soft. Let something stronger within you hold from a deeper place. Rest your right arm down, lift your left. Find the maximum strength that you can give your left arm. And even from within that strength, try to move. And see if you can resist as much as you're moving, move as much as you're resisting. Who is it that you are? Are you the resistor or are you the mover? Or are you both and more? Start to soften the tension. Let the fingers open, but keep the tension in the fingers. Let the edges become softer. Let the tension come down towards the bones. Now let your spine begin to move as if the intention of the movement is coming from a deeper place within. Lean back a little more. Breathe deep into the sides of your pelvis. And play with how much resistance in the fingers, in the arm. Can you feel as these ripples move through that tension? Two more breaths. Close your eyes for the last breath if you're not there already. Let this be a felt sense instead of a vision experience. Lean forward. Inhale, breathe the bones and open. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale, breathe the bones. As you exhale, roll over your legs, all fours, hands and knees. Close your eyes and notice the feeling of the ground. As if you've never felt it before. Delight the ground with the way that you touch. Can you evoke a softness from the wood beneath you in the way that your touch meets it? In the way that your joints move and absorb. Taking the sense of touch from the ground and up through your body. Close your eyes, and as slow as you can, begin to sway from one side to the other. But listen. Without trying and without doing, as you shift from one side to the other, notice the shifts and changes in your body. The things that turn on, the things that soften. Be a spectator. Be surprised. Add more breath. Let your wings, your scapula, your shoulder blades begin to move on your back. And slide your hips back to your heels and inhale, inflate yourself forward towards your hands. And exhale, slide back. Let your arms, your elbows, your shoulder blades, your spine, your belly, let them be part of the dance. But allow them to ride the breath. Press the earth, soften into the earth. Lift and lower fingers. Let hands spin and turn. With eyes closed, what if there was no restriction except how it feels? Change the position of one of your hands somewhere. Change the position of your other hand. As you go back towards your heels, widen your seat as much as you can. Widen your hips as much as you can. And then inhale, breathe yourself forward. And again, as your heart resists, as your heart tries to come forward, widen your seat as you slide back, widen your seat. And when you can go no further, inhale, inflate yourself forward. And again, let your heart resist forward as your seat widens back. And keep playing now at your pace, at your breath. Any direction. Let one of your movements lift your heels and knees. Keep this inner sense. Keep drawing the world inside you. Beyond the pilgrimage. Not a way of words, but a way of life. Breathe. Walk your feet to your hands and fold. Separate the feet a little. Soften the knees. Feet slightly wider than hips. Find the strength of your outer roots. An inner lift from the inner fountain. Soften the knees. Keep the connection from your outer hips to your outer feet, and then float the bones. Inhale, open your arms and fly. And exhale, dive. Press down through the ball mounds of your first and second toes to get the feeling of that lift. And again, open your wings, inflate the bones, and fly. Exhale, dive. One more time. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, dive. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, arms by your side. Soften the eyes. Soften the knees. Feel this place. Feel yourself in this place. Bring your fingers to your chest. Begin to tap. And breathe into the feeling along the collarbones. Soften or close your eyes. Stay deeply back so you're not grasping or clinging to the world that's outside in front of you. Tap down along your sternum, along your ribs. You can bring the flats of your hands instead down to your belly, to the front of your pelvis, to the sides of your hips, to the sides of your waist, to your back. A little stronger. As strong as is still interesting. And slow it down. Close your eyes. Slow but deep breath. Inhale. Float the wings and the arms up. You can lift the heels for a moment so you can spiral your thighs in. Widen the sitting bones as you dive. Soften the knees. Lift the low belly. Inhale, inflate the bones. Fly. Place your hands. Delight the ground with your touch and step back. Wait for your breath. Inhale, inflate the bones and breathe yourself forward. Exhale, melt down to the ground. Lift the low belly. Inhale, let your hips pull you back. Come onto your knees. Exhale, gather in. Let your heart soften, sternum softens. Inhale, wait for the breath and float the bones. Inhale, fly. Two more like that. Gather in. Hips go back. Lean forward. Wait for the breath. Inhale, open, float the bones. One more time. Exhale, gather in. Inhale, open, fly. Let your hips reach back as soft arms go forward. Inhale, inflate the bones forward. Exhale, lift hips, knees, hips pull you back. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, bow. Lift the inner ankles and inhale, open the wings and fly. Exhale, dive. Inhale, draw a breath up the inner fountain and ride that breath all the way up. Let your arms float up. Lift the heels, wrap the hips in and dive. Inhale, open the wings and fly. Exhale, delight the ground with your touch. Step back. Inhale, float the bones forward. Exhale, melt down to the earth. Inhale, lift the belly, pull your hips back to your heels, come up on your knees. Exhale, let your heart soften, gather in. Inhale, inflate, one time, open, fly. Exhale, hips back, arms come forward. Inhale, ride the breath forward towards your hands. Exhale, lift up and back. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale one time, open and fly. Exhale, dive. Inhale, ride the breath all the way up. This time as you exhale, step your feet wider than your hips. Shift your weight from the outside of one foot to the outside of the other. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Lift and spread your toes and feel the inside, outside, front, and back of your foot. Bend the knees forward, slide the hips back. Lean to one side, turn the thigh in. Turn the thigh in. Now press through your big toe and second toe ball mounts so the inner ankles lift. So the weight is more on the outside as you press down through the inside. That press down is a rebounding up from the earth through the inside of the legs. Bend your knees forward, slide your hips back. Keep pressing through your big toe ball mount so the inner ankles stay lifted, and as you come down, imagine that you're trying to push your feet apart. Bring your hands to your outer hips. With your hands, grab the outer hips with your thumbs forward. Imagine that you're wrapping the outer hips in as you push your feet apart. So your knees are not diving in as you come down, and they're not widening. The thigh bones are spiraling inside the pelvis. Bring your hands off. Lift your armpits, lift your low belly, soften your sternum. Inhale, pull the arms apart, fly. Exhale, shift your weight over to your right foot. Wait for the breath. As you inhale, let your right ribs, your left ribs come in and lift the left leg. Bring your hands to your ribs. As you reach the knee forward, lean forward. As the knee reaches forward, let the ribs come in more. Now keep that sense. Lift the armpits up. Take a deep breath into the sides of your pelvis. Imagine that the left hip is wrapping in even more. One more deep breath. As you exhale, step wide, vortex chair, wrap in. Find the strength of your outer roots. Shift your weight. Inhale, inflate. Bring both hands to your ribs on your right side. Lean forward. Reach the knee towards the jungle. As you reach the knee, let the ribs come in even more. Now keep that sense. Lift the belly, lift the armpits up. Deep breath into the sides of your pelvis. Wrap the hip up even more. Wrap the hip forward even more. And then step, vortex. Shift your weight to the outside of your right foot. Inhale, lift the left. Cross your ankle over the front of your thigh. Reach the knees forward, slide the butt back, lift the low belly. Even lift the left knee up a little bit. Now as you lift the knee up, slide it forward. Let your left ribs go in. Reach the left knee forward. Take a deep breath here. On your next inhale, float it back up. Widen and step. Shift your weight. Inhale, float the leg up. Cross the ankle. Knees go forward, butt goes back. Lift the right knee up a bit. Reach the right knee towards the jungle and let your right ribs go in. Deep breath into the sides of your pelvis, a little bounce. Inhale, float the leg up. Both feet down, wrap in and fold. Inhale, open your wings and fly. Exhale, place your hands, step back. Inhale, breathe yourself forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pull your hips back to your heels, come up. Exhale, gather in. Right fingers sink to the right, come up on your knees. Press the right knee down so the right ribs come in. And as that happens, feel the left side opening. Left elephant trunk arm. Breathe. Use the movement of your arm. The lifting and sliding back of your hips. Lean into that. Keep the head low. And keep opening and breathing through the left side. How much breath? Come through center. Other side. Lean into the left knee as the left knee presses down. Let the left ribs lift in. Let your right elephant trunk arm open. Use the movement of your pelvis, the sliding of your arm. Feel the sense underneath your right armpit. Use your breath. Press your breath there into your ribs, into your armpit, into your right waist. Come back through center. Come to your belly. Make yourself as long as you can. Spiral your thighs in. Spiral your roots in so your heels fall outwards. So your toes are pointing inwards, your heels are falling outwards. Rest your arms, your forearms, your elbows, your hands. Keep a softness in the hips, a softness in the legs. But find that sense of an inner fountain from your inner feet drawing all the way up, lifting your low belly, softening your sternum back in towards your heart. Keep the chin in so your nose is still pointed down towards the ground. But lift your face away from the ground, but you're still looking down at the earth. Keep a softness in your belly, a softness in your hips, a lift of your belly, a softness in your hips and legs. Draw your sternum deeper into your body. Lift the elbows, keep the hands down, but lift the elbows away from the ground. Keep your chin in, lift your sternum away from the ground. Draw your sternum deeper into your body till you feel a warmth in your back. Maybe from here, with the fingertips light on the floor, begin to slide the fingertips around. Keep your gaze down at the floor. Keep your face off the floor, head off the floor. Feel the sliding of your shoulder blades on your back. Soft low back. Soft hips, soft glutes, soft legs. The warmth should be in the upper back. Can you come up a little higher? You can bring your hands to your chest. Keep a softness in the low back. Deep breath into the belly, to the sides of your pelvis, and slide side to side, slither side to side. And lower down. Slide back to hands and knees. Soft hands. Slide and widen your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, inflate forward toward your hands. Exhale, slide back, and again use your breath, use the push of your hands, the flow of gravity through you, as right hand and left knee press away from each other, and as left hand and right knee press away from each other. Lean your breath into the interesting places. Fill and empty the space between your shoulder blades, the space of your mid-back. Lean your waist, breathe into the sides and back of your waist. Come to some stillness. Turn your right leg, lift your right leg, turn your right toes out a bit. Keep pressing through the big toe ball mound and the second toe to lift the inner ankle. Your left shin probably is going to swing out a bit. Bring your left pinky moon, the left side of your left hand, the outer edge of your left hand down, and see if you can find the connection from the outer shoulder blade, the outer wing, into your left hand. As the outer left hand pushes down, as the left knee is heavy, lift your left ribs into your body. Let your head stay low. And as your left ribs go in, let your right ribs open, your right armpit open, and tickle the ground with your right elephant trunk. And use this movement. Lean into your right waist with your breath. Play with the movement of your right arm. Maybe your spine begins to roll from this position. Get the sense of a fullness of breath in the living balloon. Your left hand and your right foot are connected as they push apart. You can stay here, or if you'd like, curl your right fingertips behind your skull. Hug your right elbow into your face. Let your left ear stay close to your shoulder at first. Now reach the elbow long, and at the same time, curl your head back into your hand. Stretch the elbow long, keep it close to your face. Now bend and straighten at the hips. Take deep breaths. Resist with the fingers, resist with the push of the elbow as you try to curl your head back into your hand. Instead of looking up, try to look out towards the jungle. Relax the hand. Curl the fingertips like this. There, and then hug this in. And then go that way. That's it, yeah. Good. Soften that down for a moment. Sit back on your heels, close your eyes. Feel. Start to journey to the other side. The hands come forward. The left leg lifts. Left leg turns out. But even as you slide back here, there's this sense of the left thigh spiraling in as you come back. Bring the weight to your outer right hand. Connect from the outer right shoulder blade to the outer right hand. Make sure that your right hand is in front of your shoulder instead of underneath it. As the right knee and the right hand push into the ground, the right ribs come in, filling the space of your right ribs, your right low back. Then let your head hang heavy. As your head hangs low, lift the left ribs high and begin to play with the elephanting of your left arm. Lean into your waist, into your left armpit. Maybe your spine starts to roll as the right hand and left foot press away from each other. And there's the opportunity for a wave or a ripple between the two. You can stay within this journey, within this game, if you'd like. Curl your left fingertips into the center of the back of your skull, as if you're pressing the tips of your fingers into the back of your skull. Fingertips, that's it. Hug your elbow into your face. Now start to reach your elbow long as you curl your head into your hands at the same time. And now instead of looking up, look horizontally out to the jungle. So you're opening your chest sideways into the jungle instead of up. Now bend and straighten into the knees. Reach through the elbow as you curl into your hand. Deep breaths. And come back, sit back. Close your eyes. Settle into your breath again. Cross your legs. Walk the sitting bones back. Lean forward a bit, lift your low belly. Soften the sternum down from the lift of the inner fountain. Feel a sense of buoyancy underneath your wings, underneath your armpits. And then with your hands, with your fists, hit twice and pause. Twice and pause. Twice and pause. Now you're going to add a bit of opening, so it's going to be. And then as you exhale, find it in your own body. Close your eyes if you're not there already. And after your next one, pause. Feel. Walk your hands behind you. Turn the horseshoe of your hands forward. Keep your arms wider than your ribs, so your hands are at least as wide as your thighs or even your knees. So there's space. Bend the elbows, lift the knees a little bit. Find the connection into the outer hand to start, the pinky side of the hand. Keep the bend in the elbows. Lift the belly, soften the sternum. And resist the straightening of the elbows. So do your best to keep the elbows a little bit bent. And then instead of pushing through the hands, pull your chest wide and away from your hands. Widen across your chest. And then exhale, soften. Then again, inhale. Use your breath to pull yourself and exhale, soften. And inhale, pull. Keep the sternum in as you widen the chest. Find a place that's interesting and open. And soften. Close your eyes and do this from an inner sense, from a felt experience. You can slide your hips up a little bit if you'd like. And keep exploring and feeling and breathing, widening from sternum to shoulder, holding yourself with your breath, even lengthening through your biceps. And come back up. Walk the sitting bones back, lean forward a bit. Lift the low belly, soften the sternum down. And now keep the sternum, bring your right fingers to the sternum and keep the sense of the sternum softening down and into the heart. And then as you keep that, instead of thinking take your head back, lengthen the front of your throat up. So you're not going back as much as your throat is being lengthened up towards the sky. And now soften your sternum down and keep lengthening the front of your throat. You can lift your chin, but think the chin is lifting forward and up, at an angle forward and up. Stretch the front of your throat. Soften your sternum down. If you're not sure what I'm doing, you can watch. It's here. From the bottom of your chin to the bottom of your sternum, move those two places away from each other. And then from here, open and close your jaw. Find the interesting places, maybe close and open the left side more. You can tip your head a little one side and a little the other side. Drop the sternum down as you lift the chin. And then slow that down, soften that down. Bring your fingers behind your skull, right at the base of your skull. And let your fingers sink in. And move your skull around. Allowing your fingers to sink into the softness right at the base of the bones. And go ahead and lay all the way back on your back. Lay all the way back on your back. Bend the knees, bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Lift your right leg up and interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Now let your knee bend all the way. Let your leg completely relax. And then hold your leg so your right thigh is vertical, so your right knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. And if you can, interlace your hands so there's no tension in the fingers. Keep your left knee bent. And now do your best to keep your right leg more or less steady, your right thigh more or less steady. And begin to straighten your right leg as much as you can pretty quickly. So do it pretty quickly. And then relax it all the way down. Quickly, and then relax it down. Good. As quick as you can to its maximum and then down, to its maximum and then down, to its maximum and then down. That's it. So you're challenging the lengthening. Do 7 more. As quick as you can to its maximum, as quick as you can to its maximum, as quick as you can to its maximum. Do this leg. This one stays down. Do this leg. It makes more sense, right? Good. After your 7th one, relax the leg. And now the other. Lift the left. Interlace your hands behind the left. Left knee points up to the sky. And now, as best you can, begin to straighten and bend the left knee. So the lengthening is active, the straightening is active, and the bending is passive. So you straighten and you let go, you straighten and you let go, you straighten and you let go. Leaning into the elastics on the back of your left leg. Try to keep the foot soft-ish. And do 7 more. And then relax the legs. Float your arms and legs up to the sky. Soften your elbows, your wrists, your fingers, your toes. And see if you can find the place where your bones are floating with almost no effort. Take one more. Take one more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, slide all the way out into your rest. Set your bones up until all parts of you are equally satisfied. Take a slow drink of air. Hold it at the top. Drink in a little more, a little more, a little more, even a little more. Draw all your senses up into this place and hold. Draw the world into this place and hold. Allow the mystery to bathe you. Take one powerful sip and let it all go. Drift deeper in on your breath. Let yourself be taken. The depths of the imaginal, the other not other, the you not you. Stay vast. Vastness of you is the ground of being. Let some of what you are stay anchored there. As you spread through your breath up towards the surface. Stretch through your arms and through your legs. Savoring the textures, listening to the colors. Feeling the sounds. Slowly and reverently bring yourself back up to sit. Feel your awareness as it rides on your breath, outwards and vast as you inhale, inwards and deep as you exhale. With your hands touch the ground beside you or in front of you. Take a deep inhale and a soft exhale. Again, a deep inhale and a soft exhale. And one more time, together with those next to you, take a deep inhale and a soft exhale. Stay in this vast place, even as you peel your eyelids open. Stay with a sense of quiet for those that are still wandering. Stay with a sense of the reverent and the sacred inside you. Even as you let your personality and your smiles and your laughs come out to play. You can let the island play, but keep a sense of the ocean. Enjoy your breakfast. We'll meet back here again at 10:50. We'll meet back here at 10:50. Thank you.